the recognized symbol of excellence in collecting podcasts.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Mighty Champions Action Figure Radio. This is a show where we talk about action figures, toys, collectibles, and all that sort of thing. My name is John Sargent.
And my name is Christian McGann.
Up front, I apologize for the way that my voice sounds. I was sick this week. I'm not sick anymore, but I definitely sound like it.
Are we 6 feet distance?
Yeah. Man, I haven't heard that in a while.
PTSD.
You guys can follow the show on Instagram. We're at Mighty Champions. You can subscribe to the show wherever they got podcasts, and you can review the show wherever you found the show. Thank you for doing all that. Today's going to be a little bit of a looser format, a little bit run and gun, because we went on an odyssey this week, honestly.
Yeah.
Today, this week, a toy odyssey. And we're going to tell you guys about it. We're going to tell you about our trip to Retromania in Dripping Springs, where we scratched the itch but didn't scratch it enough, so we also drove to San Antonio and hit two toy stores there, then came back here to record the show. The day started at like 8:30 a.m. and it is presently 8:45 p.m. and we're just now starting the podcast. So we're going to dive into the news. We're going to dive into what we think toy sellers are good at and what we think toy sellers are just not doing right, and you know, that sort of thing. And we're obviously going to get into our hauls, which I think for you is the most figures you've ever bought.
Yes, in a single setting, I believe. Like the most loose amount of figures I've ever bought in my life.
For me is the most money that I've ever spent in one day. Yeah, so we're gonna dive into all of that because it's been one heck of a toy adventure this week. But before we do that, what's your week been like other than toys?
Man, this week has been the longest month of my life.
Yeah.
You had
your girlfriend's birthday.
Yeah, well, it was like her birthday experience. Her birthday's coming up on Monday, so the game ain't over yet. And yeah, man, so went to H-Town, Houston, Texas, to go see Rosalia. Again, I've mentioned...
Favorite? One of your favorites?
Well, you know, not at all, but it wasn't as bad as I was anticipating. As I mentioned, my real fear is like I would rather face 20 cops or like a saber-toothed tiger than like go to a giant concert with 20,000 people. And then just the time commitment. I kept asking them like, so how long is this? Like, when does it end? That kind of stuff, you know? I think it was only 2 hours. It was only 2 hours. And there was no opening act.
Oh, that's not bad.
Dude, when there's an opening act, I'm like, God.
If I was going to a concert that I paid for because I wanted to see it,
yeah,
I don't want an opening act.
Yeah.
I really, like, I'm old, man. I just want to get in, get it done, get it over with, and get out.
Yeah. And it was where the Houston Rockets play. So, big stadium vibes. We stayed like a block away, which was incredible to be able to like walk to the show when you need to. And then like when it's over and you're walking out with 20,000 people, waves of you, you just walk across the street essentially. And that was awesome. Like that couldn't have been any like less stressful. Earlier that day, had gone to Misfit Toys, had a terrible experience, which I might talk about. Might leave out some of the details, but that's kind of what triggered what we're going to talk about today, and was kind of a crappy experience. And outside of that, yeah, man, so kind of threw my week off. Got back Wednesday evening, and it felt like I started my week on Thursday. So when I woke up, I was like, it's Monday, baby.
What year am I in?
Dude, I was like, it's Monday, time to get after it.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, I felt like all things, and then when I got to the gym, because John owns a gym, I'm a personal trainer, if you're tuning in for the first time, and I was like, where's everybody at? And then I was like, oh, it's Thursday. Like, motivation died yesterday, so the gym is like relatively light. So, but yeah, man, got in some good baseball work, have a game tomorrow. So it's been like this really interesting week of being very busy for very cool things and trying to accept the fact that that's okay. Mm-hmm. It's like, dude, it's okay to have a good time. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why It's hard to accept having a good time.
Yeah, you've got the guilt.
I've got the guilt, man.
Yeah,
and,
you've got it bad.
And the thing is, I didn't even grow up Catholic, which is crazy. But today was a quest, man. We went to Retromania. Obviously, we'll talk about that here in more detail. But yeah, got a game tomorrow, 9:30 sharp. Trying to bring the pain, man. Trying to bring the swing power. I'm feeling powerful. I hit a home run today with the toys. Tomorrow I'm going 0 for 5. Anyway, how about you, man? You've been sick.
Yeah, weird week for me too, because I, like, Tuesday, you know, you wake up and you're like, my head kind of feels like it's in a fishbowl a little bit, and my, like, throat glands hurt a little bit, and, like, my whole body's a little bit achy, and I'm a little bit tired, and you're like, I could be making this all up, but maybe I'm not. And that's kind of where I was at, was like, I don't think I'm sick, but I might be getting sick. But I don't think I'm sick.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'm going to go home anyway. And just, like, I'm going to skip martial arts and skip working out. I'm just going to go home and chill. And then that was Tuesday. Then Wednesday, I was like, yeah, I think it's here, but it's not really anything, like, crazy serious. And I was like, so I'm going to go home early. And then Wednesday night, fever, chills, like the whole shebang. But by the time I woke up Thursday, I was like, okay, like, I feel bad, but like, passed. Like, and then today I sound terrible, but I'm basically fine.
Yeah.
I basically went through, like, the worst part of being sick in, like, a 4-hour period in the middle of the night. Like, but yeah, like, still low energy and stuff. But I had downtime that I don't generally have. I don't really do, like, here's a day where I'm just sitting at home not doing anything except playing video games and watching movies.
Yeah.
And I watched just the most random collection of... I watched the 1984 Supergirl because I had the time to do so, and I love bad movies.
You really were sick.
I mean, if I wasn't when I started, I would have been by the time I got done watching that.
Sick. You were nauseous afterwards.
Oh my God, it's awful. And boring, dude. I wouldn't recommend it to people that like bad movies because it's boring.
Yeah, it's like it's not good enough to be
There's
bad.
nothing to really, like, laugh at,
Yeah.
Which is what I was hoping for. It's just dull. So then I made up for it by watching White Chicks, which, hang it in the Louvre. Put it in the Smithsonian, man. That movie is treasure. I watched Batman Forever, which... if somebody told me that was their favorite movie, I wouldn't begrudge them.
Yeah.
And if somebody told me it was the worst movie they've ever seen, I would be like, okay. Like, it just lives in the weirdest space in the world where it's just so 1995. Like, it's so of its time, and Jim Carrey at the height of his powers. But I was like, you know what? I think I just don't need that anymore. Like, I cherished it at one point, and I think now I just don't really need it. And then I went and saw the new Supergirl Friday, and I really liked it. I liked it. I almost really liked it. Somewhere between liked it and really liked it, but not all the way into really liked it. I would say go see it and make up your own mind, and don't listen to the reviews, is where I'm at with it. Really love the story, really love the acting. I just thought it looked a little weird, and it was directed a little weird, but I like the overall story. Not going to buy the McFarlane figures at all. I didn't get, like, juiced and be like, I gotta get these god-awful figures or anything like that.
I'm not sure if anybody will.
Dude, I'm realizing that there are mega Supergirl fans. People that are, like, obsessed with the comics.
Yeah, you're right.
And obsessed with the character. People that are obsessed with her from Justice League. Like, what's his name? Bruce Timm,
Yeah.
Justice League, like that Supergirl.
Yeah.
Like, people love this character. So they might buy those figures simply because it's Supergirl. I think they're some of the worst figures that McFarlane has produced.
If you're not an action figure person, you don't know any better.
Yeah.
You know, like, whenever I started collecting McFarlane a couple years ago, it was just like, oh, this is who the character is. I'm buying the figure. That's cool. And then it's just like, when the scales fall from your eyes, then you realize, like, son of a gun, these are ugly.
Yeah. Yeah, brutal. McFarlane can make some of the best stuff and some of just the dog waterest stuff you ever seen in your
Yeah.
life. But yeah, my that's pretty much what my week has been, because I was down, so I had tons of time to just take in media. But then we went on a toy adventure today.
Yes.
So let's dive into that.
Spotted Savage's hidden fortress.
It's Rambo in his Skyfire assault helicopter. Open fire!
Missiles away.
Rambo, the force of freedom.
This missile's for you, Warhawk. Wow! Rambo's a one-man army. Get help. I'll get you. You're hooked, Havoc. Here's your friend, Warhawk.
Rambo's Skyfire helicopter with spotlight and winch. Figures and helicopters sold separately.
Today was the Toy Odyssey. Is that already a thing? That's probably a movie where it's like I downloaded the wrong movie. But we hit
Yeah, I'm like, who did we face today? Who were the sirens? Who was the
Cyclops.
The Cyclops,
we hit this like a good quarter of the state of Texas today.
Yeah.
So we knew we were going to Retromania in Dripping Springs, Texas, which is about a little less than an hour from where we live. And we went, we did that. We both walked out of there happy. We had a good time. We'll go into the details. You had a heavy bag, right?
Yeah.
I had a good sized bag where I spent a decent amount of money.
Yeah.
And we were driving back. We had like a little ways to drive back. You had to drop off Samantha, and we just kept going. I'm still itchy.
Dude, I was like in the car, and I think I was like ashamed to say it. You were in the back seat, and I was like, "Yeah, man, it's kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie, I feel really itchy." And you're like, "Yeah, me too." And then I was like, "Wouldn't it be crazy if like we just decided, like, I mean, San Antonio?" And I'm like, would you be down? And you're like, "I'm down," and I'm like, "We're going." Like, I'm like, I just need you to give me the green light.
The level of greed that we expressed today is like a little bit shameful, but
I just felt like we were flying too close to the sun.
yeah.
know?
So we ended up driving from Austin to Dripping Springs, from Dripping Springs to Austin, which is about 2 hours round trip, right?
It was
a little less than 2 hours round trip.
I would say it's probably about an hour and 15 minutes. So 39 minutes to get back.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And then what we thought was going to be about an hour 15, hour 22 San Antonio turned into about 2 hours.
2 hours, yeah.
There and 2 hours back.
Yeah.
Where we hit
Toy Hunters.
Toy Hunters and Ekman's there, and then you had to come back, and here we are. So
Yeah.
what we want to tell you guys about today is basically the experience of this incredibly gluttonous day, but also like this week between you going to Misfit Toys in Houston
Yeah.
and between us talking to accumulatively, 150 sellers, we have come away with some we already had thoughts about these things, about what to do as a seller and what not to do as a seller.
Yeah.
Let's start with what not to do.
Okay.
And why don't you tell your story about what happened at Misfit Toys? If you guys have been listening to the show for a while, you know we are not haters. We actually go out of our way to not mention stores' names or to not talk crap about, say, the 8 local things around us that we have every reason to. And we beat around the bush. We allude, but we
don't quote him on that, because we have named some names.
but we don't double shovel bury people. We don't jump in two-footed.
Exactly.
And I'll say this: Misfit Toys in Houston, Texas, is a place that we have shouted out before, because we both have had positive experiences there.
The last time I spoke of this place on the podcast, I said I think it might be the best. I think it might be the best. Because you said Dallas Vintage Toy is the best, and I was like, man, I think Misfit might be the best.
When I did my birthday trip with 3 stores, it was part of them, and I was there thinking that I think this is the best toy store that I've ever seen. That's a year ago.
Yeah.
Right? But you had a different experience this time.
Yeah, man. So I think first and foremost, to reference a couple episodes back, I had mentioned last episode, we talked about when to buy online, when to buy in store, like the when you're going to hunt for it in the wild, and when
We're kind of at the forefront of our minds is the story that can happen from finding things in the wild and how special the toy store is.
Exactly. And I think that it's like, is it my fault? You know, because I believe that for me, it's sacred. I said that. I was like, the toy store experience is sacred. It's where you walk in there and you fully just get to love something with no shame. You get to like live out a memory opportunity. You get to live in the years of your past, and you're ideally sharing that with people who love the same things that you love. And it's obviously something we're incredibly passionate about. So it's weird for me to think, because I stepped back after this experience and I was like, you know, I learned something about myself, that I think I really appreciate awesome experiences and meeting really good people and nice people. I appreciate awesome experiences. So how dare I? It was weird, man. It felt weird. So when I was going up there, again, I wasn't really super looking forward to the big concert, because I'm like, it's just not my vibe. I'm more stressed than anything. What's parking going to be like? What's whatever, X, Y, and Z. I bring with me my modern Jurassic Park collection, which is, I have 3 super colossal Spinosaurus, Indominus Rex, and a colossal T-Rex, and a bunch of other modern dinosaur toys that I've got, and basically came to the realization that it's just like, I think they look amazing. I think they look cool. They just don't do it for me. They're not speaking to that inner child. There's no nostalgic connection between me and those dinosaurs. So I decided to bring it up there. Hey, why not? I'm going up there. I know Retromania is coming up. I want to save my bullets. It's like, I don't want to just ball out. And also it's the birthday, right, with her. So I know I'm going to be swiping that card like crazy. And so I'm like, whatever I can do to offload some of the cost and be able to walk away with some gas, because I would rather trade in those dinosaurs, something that I think is cool and that somebody else may love more than me, for something that I actually want. And Misfit Toys has proven time and time again to have amazing things. The other previous experiences that I've had there have been awesome. The first time I went there was it was kind of like an accident, like walked in there and I only walked away with one thing, but it blew my mind. It was like this mecca of every toy I've ever wanted. And the second time I had gone there was during the holidays. They had this massive sale. I got these crazy figures that I would have never had ever for $10, $15. It was almost like, it was like, how can this be real?
Right.
The owner was incredibly nice. He was like, hey, leave a 5-star review. We'll throw some of this other stuff in here for free. You don't even have to pay for it. Awesome, man. Had a great conversation with him. Second time I went back, same thing. Good conversation, good connection. Found some amazing stuff. This time I go in there, and it was like automatically, it just felt different when I walked through the door. It felt like the veil of like Disneyland. It's almost like you saw Mickey Mouse
without the head.
Without the head, smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like in line, and then I go up and I drop the stuff at the counter. The guy's like, oh, yeah, you just want to do like store credit? And I was like, yeah, man, I'm here to shop. I made sure to say that because I'm like, I'm here to spend money. I'm not just trying to like.
This isn't for drug money. I'm not down on my luck.
Yep.
I didn't steal this stuff.
Exactly.
I'm a toy guy here to buy toys.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm just here to like, hey, if I can add, take 20, 30, 50, 80, 70, 100, whatever. I did some eBay kind of like glance at what I had, what they sold for, because that's how things work. That's how the market is determined amongst the toy community. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, some of these are rocking for $140, whatever. Most likely, I said I'll get 75 to 175 most likely. That's probably where I land because I want to be as realistic as possible. The owner's not there. 15 minutes go by. The owner shows up. He's like, hey, this dude wants to do some store credit. And the owner just has this weird attitude already. And he's like, where is he? And I'm like, oh, I'm right over here. They take a look in the box and the manager says something like just kind of snarky. And I wasn't anticipating negative experience. So when he said it, I kind of just looked at him and didn't acknowledge what he said. I don't know what he said. I just know it was kind of just like a little jab.
Yeah.
and I get it. You see toys all the time. People are always trying to get more. They're going to yell at you if you don't want the same price, whatever. That's always going to happen. I'm aware of it, but here's the thing, man. Again, I'm there to shop. It's not a make or break. I'm not going to.
And you haven't brought any like negative energy.
Nothing
yet,
whatsoever.
Right? Like,
you don't know who I am. You don't know that I have a 5-star review shouting your store out.
Right.
You don't know these things.
You don't know that we have a podcast episode that is glowing about you. Yeah.
Exactly. So he takes a look at it, and it was like it couldn't have wasted his time even more. Or that's at least the vibe he gave me. He's like, what do we got in there? How many do we have in there? And then he's just like, oh yeah, these are like, they're cool to look at. They don't sell though. And I'm like, oh yeah, I mean, I guess I see the one over there that you're selling. Like, you sell them. Yeah. One is over there. Last time I was here, there was tons of these.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know, $50 store credit. And I just kind of sat there in shock and was like, sure. Because I just assumed
Which is a complete and utter undercut price.
Yeah. So
even like you expect, you're not getting retail. You're not getting the eBay sold price. You're getting like 50 to 60%.
Or 30%
in some cases. If you're willing to accept it, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's like a quarter.
Yep. So I sort of just accepted it, where to give you insight, typically what a good toy store does, I'll use Dallas Vintage Toys as an example. They're going to take your items, they're going to individually look up each item on eBay to see probably what the last 3 to 5 have sold for, build out the average of what that is, and that's probably what they're going to do, is pay you
go off of that
a percentage of whatever the average is, something along those lines. He didn't do that. He just looked at it and then gave me some random number, and I was like, ooh, $50. I was like, yikes. But I was also just like, well, whatever. I'm already here to sell them. I'm in Houston. Yeah. I brought them.
Not what I wanted to hear, but whatever.
Yeah, I was like, $50 is $50. Like, that'll be like, that could be 4 figures, 1 figure, or 2, whatever. Like, especially the way I collect. And then I wanted to let him know that like one of them was missing a fin. It was like the Mosasaurus, or whatever it's called, like the water one. And then one of them's hand broke off, but you can like clip it back on. I bought that, right? Like, I bought it, and he put on a show. Like I said, it was like, man, a Juilliard trained actor of like how shocked he was that there were broken toys in there, which I'm like, I guarantee you they're buying truckloads of broken toys.
Regular occurrence, yeah.
Yes, it is very common. Most of your 70s Star Wars, your Kenner toys, your G.I. Joe, there's always going to be something broken.
Yeah.
There's always going to be something, and they will buy it anyway because A, you can either replace it, or B, people will buy it anyway because it's a more
played with is okay. It's more affordable.
It's more affordable for the grill you've always wanted in your life. Right. And then he's like, oh man, whoa, yeah, not going to work. Oof, no bueno. And I'm like, I just kind of sit there and I'm looking at him.
Dude, the
performance was crazy.
Oh my God.
I was like, bravo. Are you going to be the opening act tonight at the Toyota Center? And he was like, yeah, $30 store credit now, man. And I was like, yeah, that's fine. And I just I didn't even know how to respond. I just was like, because I'm not there to be confrontational.
When you initially told me this, I got secondhand angry.
Yeah.
If I was with you, that level of disrespect and dismissiveness would have been a confrontation.
Yeah.
Like, it would have been a conflict.
If Samantha, my girlfriend, was there, she was already like digging through
doing her own thing.
She was in the trenches already.
Yeah.
So I was so in shock that the process and the guy was being so rude, because I anticipated this is going to be awesome because it's a cool place, and this is what I anticipate. I anticipate positive experiences.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm kind of shocked, and I was like, yeah, that's fine, because I was like, I can tell this guy's trying to shock value me right now. And I was just like, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. And it was almost like he was like, and then he was like, well, do you want this back? I was like, you can keep the crate. And he was like, great. And then he was like, yeah, we'll go ahead and toss these for you, man. Let's go ahead and throw that away. And he like grabs the dinosaurs that were like missing pieces that you can replace pretty easily, and hands it to the guy behind the counter. And the guy behind the counter had this look on his face like, okay, like it's not standard procedure,
right?
Like, AKA, we're gonna put a price tag on it whenever this guy leaves, and
like,
not actually.
What are you doing?
Yeah, and I just was like, oh, like, and he was like, yeah, he's like, don't worry, man, we'll throw this in the dumpster outside.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and I was like, got it. So that immediately was like, that's a weird way to behave.
That's aggressive. That's confrontation.
Yeah.
That's antagonistic.
Yep.
That's him trying to be a jerk.
Yeah. And once
We'll throw this in the dumpster for you.
Yeah.
I wish I was there.
Yeah.
It would have been volatile.
I mean, worst case scenario, it's like I'll take him back and we'll just go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like, and then
I wouldn't have let you do it.
Yeah. Yeah, it would have been appreciative for sure. I mean, like, again, I wasn't there to have a negative interaction. I wasn't there because I was desperate for the money.
I would have given you $30 out of my wallet for the opportunity to tell that guy where he can stick it.
Yeah, exactly. So at that point, I was like, this is weird. And from that point, it killed my vibe because I was like, it was just a weird interaction, dude. Like, I've always kind of celebrated the store. I've celebrated you as an owner in particular because of my positive interactions. And you just had this vibe where you, like, again, I was making the joke that maybe his Taco Bell order was wrong and he's pissed.
Yeah.
There also was just a negative experience because the manager there was, like, in the room, I guess, trying to spit game with some girl, I'm assuming, because he was, like, trying to talk to her and she was kind of, like, halfway blowing him off. And then he was looking at me like with a side eye, and I was looking at him, and I was like, why is this guy staring at me right now? And then I look back, and I'm like, maybe he was just bombing, like, the interaction with the girl, because it didn't seem like it lasted very long. But I just decided to like shop, and I can tell you, and not even just being negative, that I think my experience, had that not happened, I would have been like, okay, what am I gonna get?
Yeah.
Had a wall that was like 50% off things, and it was like pretty good stuff, like rightfully 50% off, and so that made it a little bit more enticing, like, hey, this is a backup plan in case there ain't nothing else. I collect Toy Biz Marvel Legends. Pretty pathetic. It was like all the sort of Toy Biz Marvel Legends that really nobody wants.
The leftovers.
They had good stuff.
Quasar.
Yeah, Quasar, Long Shot.
Yeah.
Those things. Yeah. They had a bunch of really good ones, but they were selling like the Build-A-Figure wave, and they're like behind the counter, and it was $300 or whatever.
God, selling the Build-A-Figure wave together.
Yeah.
Massive annoyance.
It was there last time.
It'll be there next time.
It's going to be there next time. Not really moving, but yeah, man. And to be honest, it took me about an hour to really just find something that I wanted. And I was really trying to connect not to that experience, but to the toys. Like, this is why I'm here. This is why I'm here. They don't matter. They don't matter.
And as you're doing that, as you're hemming and hawing, trying to pull the nose up, you go into what used to be a toy section, but is now DVDs.
Yeah, there's a DVD room now where they were selling like freaking $2 DVDs and vinyls and CDs maybe. I don't even know. There's no AC in there, so why do I want to occupy? My girlfriend's in there, and she's just kind of like looking around for some stuff. I pop in every once in a while to kind of check and see what she's up to kind of give myself a breather of like, okay, let me go back and look again, because I'm really not finding anything.
Right.
I have handfuls of stuff that I'm like, I'll take this. It's $15. I'll take that. It's $15. My mindset is I'll spend $100 today plus whatever the $30, whatever. Dude, I've never grabbed things, held it, and then just decided to put it back ever. That's never been a thing. When I know, I know. Yeah. And I was like, am I just buying this because I don't want to leave empty-handed?
And now you're like, I don't want to give them money.
Yeah, that was also the thing too, man. And there really just was good stuff, but it was like, once the veil was lifted, I was looking around thinking like, any other toy store is going to have this, man. There's nothing here that's making me feel connected to this place. In fact, it just feels like a weird hot place on a Tuesday. And finally, when I'm getting ready to leave, I go back into the toy store. Again, this is probably my 5th time. Like, yeah, I'm a wanderer. I'm definitely antsy. I'm a busybody. I'm going to move around. I don't sit down if I'm like kind of thinking.
Yeah.
And the manager's in there with the other guy. And keep in mind, he's talking crap about somebody this entire time. I walk back in, and he's openly talking crap either about the owner or about another employee in front of everybody. Like, this dude just seems like he's checked out or whatever. And I go in there, and he goes, yo, man, your store credit doesn't apply here. Like, with a snarky attitude. And I turn and I look at him, again being like, why are you attacking me?
Yeah, what is your problem?
And and of course, like, my response to that, a little defensive. And I was like, that's fine. I don't care about movies. Yeah. And I was like, I don't care about movies like that. And he's like, oh, well, hate to break it to you, there's no toys in here. And then I was like, yeah, I'm just coming in here to meet her.
That statement is the subtext there is, there's no toys in here, toy nerd.
Yeah.
At a toy store.
Yeah.
Man.
Dude, so...
I'm so secondhand mad for you.
Yeah. And I just look at him, like, I'm like, it's basically like, it's like a car that's honking at you and you're trying to understand, like, what are you honking at?
Yeah.
Like, it was like that. And I was, and then he's like, yeah, there's no toys in here. And I was like, yeah, I'm coming to talk with her. I'm like, I'm waiting for her. And he's like, oh, well, other than Jesus. And I was like, what? And he's like, other than Jesus. I was like, what? And he was like, the toy. He like points to like a Jesus toy on like a shelf. And I like glimpsed at it a little bit. I was like, oh.
Was it Buddy Jesus from Dogma?
I don't know. Oh. Like I said, I just looked up and I was like, oh. And then he recognizes that. I think he felt like he was like, I'm being a jerk right now.
He was trying to backpedal.
He was trying to backpedal and joke around about the Jesus figure. I don't give him any room to move for that backpedal. Then he goes, you settled up yet? And I was like, no, I've just been wandering. And then I'm like 2 seconds away from smashing this dude into the ground. And I'm like, I just kind of was like, I'm out of here, dude. And I'm like, I get it, man. I mean, like, again, not to attack this dude, but I'm like, man, like, you're acting like you're 6'1", dude, and you're like 5'3.5". You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even being hyperbolic. Like, it's weird.
But just why? Just why? You were treated like discriminatory.
Yeah.
And there's nothing about your appearance, your vibe, there's nothing about you that suggests that you're loitering in here or that like it's odd.
Yeah.
It's just weird. There's quite literally no reason to talk to any customer like that.
Yeah. It was weird, man. And I was like...
Even if you spent 6 hours in there thinking about what you're going to do on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Exactly. And I was like, dude, I'm like kind of coming with some money in my pocket. Like, I was fully prepared to just ball today. And like, yeah, I have store credit, but like, I don't know if you just assumed that I was just trying to be like a store credit fiend. And like, that's all I am. So nothing was really gained. Nothing's really lost kind of scenario. I don't know. But I was like, judging off your attitude and how you're talking crap about your coworkers or your boss or whatever it is, it's like, I don't know. And so I go and I pay. The dude behind the counter is like really nice. Just like an older guy, super nice. He was the one that gave the owner the look of like, huh? Throw this away. He tells me before that's over, he comes up to me and he's like, hey man, do you want these dinosaurs back? And I was like, yeah, I'll take them back. I was like, I mean, they're like throwing them away. I was like, that's kind of weird. They're not worthless. I was like, my nephew loves dinosaurs. Like he'll love those. Yeah. And he's like, great. Okay, sounds good. And I'm like, yeah, dude, like, you know that your boss is being whack out of his brain.
Yeah.
And when I so I pay, and then Samantha comes out of the room she had just paid. And I'm thinking to myself, like, am I overreacting? Like, am I overreacting about this scenario? Like, am I just being sensitive?
Did I read too much into this?
Yeah. And I left, and Samantha immediately goes, dude, those guys were being jerks to you. And I was like...
And she's generally,
yeah,
like less... Mm-hmm. Like, she's usually like, you're overreacting, you're being sensitive. So
yeah.
If she says that, it's true.
And... Dude, I was like, yes. And then I literally was like bummed out. I was like... I'm
sure you were.
Yeah. So what I got was I got a Batman Superman from Hasbro. Like from 2001. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's the continuation Hasbro line after they took over.
Yeah. You can see it on my Instagram. I got a Max...
Walmart exclusive?
Walmart exclusive. Yeah. I got a Max Steel... like ninja with his like blades for his hands, like Wolverine claws. It comes with a VHS tape.
Absolutely gorgeous piece.
Beautiful. And then
I don't even care about Max Steel. I vaguely barely even remember that it existed. Yep. And I saw that and I was like, that is sick.
It's beautiful. And then I got the Iron Man and Mandarin Marvel Legends Face Off 2-pack.
The Mandarin is whatever.
Yeah.
The Iron Man in that 2-pack, oh my God,
Yeah,
dude.
it's sick.
Oh, the stuff that you bought there, because I saw the stuff, then I heard the story,
Yeah.
and I was like, how could you have spent money after that?
Yep.
And then I saw the stuff, and I was like, even that situation, I would have been like, yeah, you gotta buy that. You
Yeah,
gotta buy
I mean, it
those.
was like, I'm here for this. I'm not
Yeah.
here for them. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And she was like, I'm really sorry. Like, that sucks. They treated you like crap. And I'm like, and I kind of told her, I was like, what do I do right now? I'm like, do I get on Google and leave like change my 5-star to a 3-star and just kind of really be honest about the situation? And then I was like, well, you and I work at a business where we get these unnecessary 1-stars by like freaking over the top crackheads that like literally get in trouble because they destroy the gym or they're like completely and utterly disrespectful and they try to come back with a vengeance. And I'm like, how valuable is that really going to be when I'm a 3-star amongst 1,000 5 stars?
yeah.
And it's like, you know what? Anyway, it was a weird interaction. And I realized that I'm like, holy crap, man. Like the way I think about things is that I'm looking to like interact with people in a really great way.
Yeah, dude, this is buying toys.
Yeah.
Like, this is, it's buying and selling toys.
Yeah.
And the reason we wanted to do this podcast today, which is going to be, half, essentially negative, but, like, really just a PSA.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
In any professional setting, don't do that. Act professional. Don't talk about certain things. Don't be discriminatory towards people, which it's weird because they weren't. What are they discriminating against large people? There's nothing about you that would commonly be discriminated.
When John says large, he means like muscular and sexy and
Let's pump the brakes. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like you could picture several groups of people who are commonly discriminated against.
Yeah.
You don't fall into any of them.
Dude, I'm like, if anybody, I'm gonna get into a conversation with you. I'm gonna talk about toys. I'm gonna talk about, like, that's what I do.
But the way you were treated sounds like when someone is being. I get treated like a shoplifter in places because I'm tattooed and I look hood or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I get that.
Yeah.
And I get why. Right? Like, it does bother me, but like, you could be like, oh, this connects to this. What happened with you doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make any sense.
And what's crazy is like, you're like, I'm just trying to, it should be fun. It should be fun 100% of the time. And my thought process as you're telling me the story is, the next time that happens, I'm going to this, and this. The chances are it's never going to happen again because it shouldn't have happened in the first place because it's just straight weird.
Yeah.
Like, really, really weird.
It was weird, man. So officially, I told you, because I was debating whether or not to even talk about this on the podcast, because I was like, I really don't want to come off as negative.
I think it's worth talking about.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't want to, like, because at first I was like, dude, I'm gonna run this store under the ground because I was angry, but then I'm like, what does that do for me? Nothing. Like, if why I'm into toys and why I love the connection and why I love connecting with people, that's what I'm gonna focus on. It's like fixating on the one negative comment out of 1,000 positive. And to me, it was reassuring that it was like, I know who I am, and I know that if my internal drive is to connect with people in positive ways about the things we're passionate about and love, then I'll always carry that. And at the end of the day, I'm out on Misfit Toys. Like, go there because they have good stuff, and you will find cool items.
Have your own experience.
You'll have your own experience. Again, I may have caught them on a bad day. I went one time, and the 3 other times were great. I could have caught them on a bad day, but that one time was enough for me to be like, there's other toy stores in Houston that I can hit that'll likely have the exact same thing that I need.
Real quick, let's run through some other don'ts before we get to the news, and then ultimately get overwhelmingly positive on this podcast because today absolutely ruled. We did go to Retromania and we had a great time at Retromania. We just are greedy pigs, and so we needed more. But there was a couple of things there. The overwhelming minority, for sure, because like I want to make it very clear, we had a great time.
Yeah.
But there was a couple of things there that were just like, don't do that. Don't be that guy.
Mm-hmm.
One was, we noticed it separately because we weren't like hanging around each other. There was the show was great. Great vendors, really full. Wasn't busy at first. A lot of variety. Everything is priced, which is a thing for us. And
That's a good one. Have price tags.
Have price tags. And mostly reasonably priced for a convention.
Yeah.
One table, though.
Should we tell about the one we walked in?
Yeah, in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah. One table, though, we noticed this separately. We didn't know that we both saw it until we talked about it in the car on the way back. Had pricing that was comically bad. So a couple things in the toy world, if you're listening to this podcast, you likely know this. Preaching to the choir here. There's certain toy lines that are like your example that you use for inexpensive figures, right? I always use the example in comic books of the Jim Lee X-Men as an inexpensive thing because it's manufactured at such a high rate that it's plentiful. Yeah. So they're really cheap. You know what I mean? And the X-Men movie figures are the same thing. That's if you're in this game, you know that the X-Men movie figures are cheap, and they're at every vintage toy store. They're plentiful. It's like Power of the Force and X-Men movies. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
Dude, this table was selling them for $40. $50.
Yep.
$50 X-Men movie figures. So I look down, I see that, and I'm like, whoa. That's insane. And then I look right next to it and I see the New Adventures of Batman and Robin Harley Quinn for $80.
So give them an example of what it would actually go for.
Dude, it's like $20 on eBay.
Okay.
Like $20 in shipping.
Okay.
$80.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't even look at the rest of the table.
I'm kind of curious, actually, because they were new. They were new to the game. You know they were new.
They had to have been.
It makes me think that they pulled up what they're going for on eBay.
I don't think they even did that because I bet you that Harley Quinn is, you know, the asking price, like the buy it now, is probably $35, something like that. So there's no way that anyone has an X-Men figure for $50 on eBay.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a look. Here.
Because so the don't in this scenario is don't make up your prices off the dome.
Yeah, I mean they've got to be referencing something because how do you? Okay, so yeah, 20. This one's going for $20.
The Harley Quinn.
It's going for $20.
Yeah,
That's the first
it's
one
not
I see.
expensive. It's been sitting in my watch list for a couple of weeks now because I'm like, and I know that it's in that price range of like, it'll still be there.
What in the world? Where did they
So
get that from?
$80 is fiction. They just made it up.
Okay, 32.
80,
still.
bro.
There's 50.
So another thing that was really the only other thing at Retromania that was like a little bit of like a don't do that is we got there a little bit early, so they were letting VIPs in at 9 a.m. I think it was, and then general admission was at 11. We got there at 10:50, 10:50, and there was not like anyone outside like checking you. There wasn't any like staff telling you where to go or anything like that. Not that there should be. They're just
Toy Biz, Marvel, X-Men, the movie Wolverine, new in box, $10 or best offer.
wow.
Or an $8 shipping. So $18 at most, man. They were nice though. They just seemed like they were brand new to it.
Don't just make it up.
Yeah.
Don't come up with it off the dome.
Yeah.
So we walk in like a little bit early and it's full.
Yep.
Like the VIPs have been there.
Yeah.
There's a giant toy convention with lots of vendors and lots of
yeah,
people.
there's no lobby. There's no nothing that you're standing by. There's
you just
no
walk
line.
straight in
There's no line.
to the action.
Yeah.
And we walk in and the lady's staring at us and she goes, "Do you guys have tickets?" And I go, "Yeah." And I show her my ticket. And she goes, "Okay, well, this says general admission, so you got about 10 minutes. So just go stand over there." And over there is just at the door, which is just in between two vendors. And I kind of give her this like, for real? Like, okay. So she just says the same thing to you guys, and we go stand over there for I don't know, 6 minutes before we all just were like, you're going to have to come tackle me.
Yeah,
Like,
she came over, and I walked over and she did that. I was like, yeah, I heard you tell him. I'm like, and then we walk over there, and then she comes over directly and she's like, did I stamp you guys? I was like, yeah, like 3 seconds ago. Yeah. And then we just decide, we're like, when I turn around, anybody who was waiting is no longer waiting.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's just leave. We just left.
You're going to have to tackle me.
Yeah.
Over a couple of moments.
Yeah, it was like, can we pay $15 extra just to get 3 minutes before we can go in or whatever? I don't know.
But while we were waiting momentarily, you point out there's some Jack's Rocky that's like right next to where we're, in the waiting room.
Yeah.
And I get super pumped because I saw the meat.
Yeah.
If you don't know, in the first Rocky movie, he punches a side of beef. Jack's made that into a figure that is in the Rocky line that I am now collecting. And this vendor who we're kind of familiar with because they pop up at a lot of the shows around Texas that we go to. I can't remember. I don't know their name.
Yeah, I don't even know if they have a name.
They've got the meat, like Arby's.
Yeah.
And it's in like, I don't know, I'd give this like a 7 out of 7.5, the box or so condition. And I was like, you know what? I'll come back to it. And I ended up coming back to it. And they had it for $55. I looked it up on eBay, and it's going for anywhere between like $40 and $60. So it is not inappropriately priced by any means, but I was like, I'll see if I can get it cheaper, because cheaper's better, right? Mm-hmm. So I go over and ask the guy. There's 2 guys sitting there. And I asked them, like looking at both of them, can you guys do 45 on this? One guy turns and looks at the other guy. That guy turns and looks away from both of us. He's just looking off into space. And he goes, I'll do 50. And then the first guy turns and looks back at me and goes, he'll do 50. As though I didn't just hear it. And I was like, what? Like, I was like, yeah, I'll do that. But also, what the hell was that?
Yeah.
Like, you just don't have any social skills, or you're like some sort of alien, or I'm not worth looking at.
Or you're mad at the fact of something that happens at every toy store across the planet is like...
The whole point of a toy convention, right?
Basically
like,
haggle. Like, that's just gonna happen.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, don't. So that's another don't. Don't treat people like they're like not humans.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I go, I'll do that. And then they just both sat there. And I go, card, cash, and they go, card. I go, okay. How are you going to sell anything like this? Because most people are more awkward than I am.
Yeah.
And they won't do this interaction. So
right.
how do you sell anything? Mm-hmm. What on earth is happening here? But the point is, I got the meat.
Yeah.
Like Ving Rhames.
Yeah.
So like I'm minimally stoked. I'd be like, if you could be stoked, but like not super stoked.
I think it checks 2 boxes. I think it checks like another addition to the Rocky, the newfound love of the Rocky collection, and then the bizarre oddity novelty that is something that is so crucial to the movie.
Yeah, Samantha was like, what?
Yeah.
Why did you buy that?
Yeah, exactly.
So like I'm happy that I have it. It'll look good in the collection overall. It is really detailed. Yeah. Like the hook in it, and like it comes with I guess Paulie's like work lab coat that's like covered in blood. And like I just love the packaging of this line and the little tag that says November 21st, 1976, The Meat versus Rocky Balboa.
That's great.
So yeah, I'm happy to have it, and mostly I'm happy I don't have to search for it, and that I found it in the wild, and that I have a story to tell that we went to this place, and like that I didn't get it on eBay. That was part of the reason why I looked up the price, was like I could get it in the wild, which is just better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we also went to San Antonio, and we went to Toy Hunters, which we love. It is a store that we enjoy being in. And just real quickly, I'll just say, like, if you're running a toy store, like, just don't price your stuff to make me have to ask you to bring the price down. Price your stuff to sell. Price it at the eBay sold price. And I get a lot of these stores have a billion items in them. like, and I'll be back to toy hunters. I like toy hunters, but I'm just begging these toy stores around the world, price your stuff to sell, not to be haggled.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. All right, let's get to the news real quick.
New at 11, buyer beware. A local family is outraged over a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles toy that they bought for their son. It says a variety of phrases, but the family believes one of them includes a swear word that starts with a B.
All right, real quick in the news. Normally I do this in kind of an order I keep a list of like the companies and then I search company by company to see what they've kind of released this week. This one doesn't have a place in the order because it hasn't existed until today. BigBadToyStore showed off a new line that is, exclusive to the Big Bad Workshop, and it's called Larry Hama's Fury Force. If you don't know, Larry Hama made the G.I. Joe comic books, which ended up being Real American Hero, the cartoon, which ended up being the toys.
Crazy.
So he's, he didn't invent G.I. Joe by any means, but he is like the father of...
He might be like the grandfather
of like what we know today as G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
And this seems to be a very Joe-like, military-esque, classified, adjacent, but maybe a little more adult, a little bit more serious kind of line. And it looks like it's original characters. I don't know what... I'm going to have to research this and see, like, what is his involvement with it. Did he just give his name, or did he design these characters? But it's original characters. So the first one I'm seeing here is Top Kick, who's a first sergeant. He's kind of giving Falcon vibes. He comes with 6 sets of hands plus a cigarette smoking hand. 3 guns, a knife, canteen, grenade, like tons of accessories. These will probably be expensive.
Yeah.
These will probably be expensive. It just says
They look sick.
Stay tuned for updates. There's another character called Hogman, who's like a bald dude in a military like shirt and tons of guns and hands and accessories and the hat, the whole thing. He's basically your gung-ho equivalent. A guy named Jelly, who's your Grenader and Demolitions. He's got the rocket launcher, like grenade launcher and explosives and stuff. Like, these are very, very cool. Brujo Communications. He's got the radio pack and Uzi. He looks like somebody that Arnold would have killed in Commando. Knives. These look really cool.
Yeah.
The articulation. Actually, you know what? He looks exactly like Burt Reynolds. Brujo looks identical to Burt Reynolds.
Yeah. It's funny.
These look... The articulation and like the size and scale looks almost exactly like Classifieds.
It does, yeah.
Yeah. There's another one called Umbra, Umbra, like umbrella, I guess. Intelligence and Recon. That's your lady. She looks like Linda Hamilton. She's got a computer and a bomb and a top secret file. This is very similar to my Mission Impossible line also.
Yeah. It's cool because it's like kind of classic. It's like almost retro.
It's like new and retro. Louis, Sniper and Logistics. He's got a samurai sword and a machine gun that is absolutely sick. These are very cool. And then the last one is Revenant, who's a general badass. That's your Snake Eyes, clearly. He's got like a wrapped face and bandages, and he's got the unbreakable poncho.
That's sick. Oh, that's sick, man.
Shotgun, Uzi.
That poncho is almost worth it.
Yeah.
For
if
something
it's soft
else.
goods.
Yeah. Honestly, if it's not soft goods either, if it's hard plastic, like, I don't know, I still think that looks cool.
Very, very cool line. I'm excited to learn more about this. But yeah, Larry Hama's, what are they called?
Fury Force.
Fury Force. Moving over to actual G.I. Joe, we got a few more reveals this week and some updates from previous reveals. Night Force Psych Out, which is coming to Walmart Collector Con, so no one will ever find it. I don't know Psych Out, but looks really good. He's got like a little bit of a different armor look to him and like a flamethrower with pink flames. He looks a little more on the sci-fi side of things. That is going to be at Walmart Collector Con in July. And then the retro Falcon that we talked about last week, which was only a painting.
Yeah.
Now there's a render, and it looks like the classified version of the Super 7 Real American Hero, if that makes any sense. Like, it very much looks ripped out of the cartoon. Very, very interested in that one. And then the other thing they showed off was a Tomb Raider crossover for San Diego Comic-Con.
That looks super cool.
Which looks really, really cool. If you're a Tomb Raider fan and you don't care about G.I. Joe, you still need this.
Yeah,
and if you're a Joe fan and you don't care about Tomb Raider, you still need this.
Right.
Like, very great idea there. Switching over to wrestling, this is not new news necessarily. There is a upcoming Goldberg Ultimate, which we talked about, whatever, WrestleMania or something, when they had like 1 million reveals.
Sorry, my hamstring is cramping, so I must stand at attention.
It's about time you paid me some respect and stand up while I'm talking to you. They showed off this Goldberg Ultimate that is upcoming a while back, but what we didn't know is it has a completely different articulation.
Bro, you can see that cramp take place. Oh my God.
Do you mind?
I
Deal with it.
writhing in pain.
Stretch. There's a new articulation scheme on these, which means the WWE Ultimates have new articulation.
Wow.
The neck is now on a disc and ball, so it will go all the way backwards. Like, look, if you
So you can break the guy's neck if you need to.
Yeah, that, and if it does like basically like what Iron Man does, if it's flying, it'll look straight ahead, right? Like that sort of thing. So if Goldberg's doing a spear, he can look straight ahead, and then the abdominal articulation is different also. So basically, the Ultimates are getting an upgrade in articulation, which is a pretty cool thing to keep an eye on. The other thing that happened in wrestling news this week is that we closed the casket on AEW Jazwares too soon. They announced 2, I guess 3 technically, ringside exclusive figures this week that are up for pre-order, and I pre-ordered one of them. One of them is Will Ospreay, a brand new Will Ospreay, which is like, the Will Ospreay figures are some of the best figures going, and if this kind of purple bluish version of him from, I don't know what show this is from, it's just called Purple and White, they're calling it. It's available for pre-order at Ringside Exclusive. If it's as good as the last Will Ospreay, which was my figure of the year, the other figure that they showed off is Sting, Surfer Sting, which I was so mad that they didn't do a Surfer Sting, a proper Surfer Sting, when I thought they were dead. So the fact that they're getting it in is phenomenal. So it's got two variations, an orange and a blue, that come with all kinds of heads and different face paints and stuff. Needed. Like, highly, highly required. I don't know if this was already in production or if it was hey, like, it's just a repaint anyways, let's get it out before we're dead, or if they're not dying. I don't know what the heck is going on with Jazwares.
Yeah.
But you're not going to get an argument from me on them having new Sting and Will Ospreay figures.
Right.
And then lastly, and kind of confusingly, Mondo showed off a couple of Motu figures that the captions on their post just says Flame Heart Swords #SDCC. One of them appears to be He-Man with his head on fire, and the other one appears to be whatever Skeletor's purple cat's name is. But it's like real close up. So these are just your classic Mondo teasers before the real information. Maybe by the time this episode drops, they'll have real photos with actual captions. But yeah, that's pretty much the news. Did you have anything, or do you want to dive into the glory that was today?
Let's dive into the glory.
This is the Hulk. You can place the Hulk into the Rage Cage. With a few pumps of the Hulk inflator, you can make the Hulk grow in size. Rip out of the shirt. And break out of the Rage Cage. The Hulk comes complete as shown. Some assembly required from Fun Stuff.
All right, if you've made it this far into the episode, thank you for listening to us vent about what not to do if you're a toy seller. It's nothing but positive vibes from here on out, baby. And there's lots of them because we dropped dime today. We have been gluttonous little pigs, and it paid off. So you had, in chronological order, you had gone to Misfit Toys, bad experience, good haul.
Yes.
Then today we went to Dripping Springs. We went to Retromania, was our first stop, where you cleaned up.
I did, and it's not without trying. Because, and to be honest, it's really weird. The last Retromania, the one that was in New Braunfels, not a great experience for me. In fact, I think we finished...
Yeah, we didn't like the last New Braunfels
we
one.
actually
We did like the previous Dripping
the one
Springs
before that, yeah, like last year's. We complained a lot about that one. I was super negative about it because it was just like everything.
We both had a not great time. You had a worse time than I
Yeah,
did.
and it was like I forced bought things because it was like, okay, like let me just not leave empty-handed. This one was way different. I actually didn't have any negative interactions with anybody. In fact, I think this was probably the most positive interactions that I've had with a lot of people. Just random little conversations here and there, like talking with folks, finding really cool things, getting great discounts on stuff. Like, I had a great time. I'm going to go through quickly just because I have a lot of stuff. So I won't go vendor by vendor. But the first thing that I found was the Spider-Man Classics, like classic Spider-Man. His arm...
Up for the Hall of Fame. It was a Hall of Fame contender.
Yes. I found him loose. And he was with the people that were selling the X-Men figure for $50, the Wolverine.
Oh, that's where that was?
Movie. To the left was a box full of loose toys. That was in there for $2. And I bought it for $2. The arm is falling off. It is like somebody tried to tape it back. But the tape looked like it's been there since the early 2000s.
Yeah.
But whatever, man. So my first purchase, second purchase of the day, I got... And shout out to Kingpin Toys. He is just at just about every toy convention we go to that's in Austin or San Antonio. I've seen him every time, talked with him every time. Super cool guy, really super kind, like just kind of meets you where you're at and has a lot of really cool classic stuff. Like when you walk into his booth, it's like things that I don't necessarily collect all the time, but I'm like, oh, that's so good. That's good. That's good. Because it's like McDonald's toys or just other feel-good experiences. And so he and I connected today, man. So shout out to Misfit Toys. Not shout out to them. Kingpin Toys. There's a lot of name plus toy. I bought a Mystic Knights. That may have been where my mouth was going. Mystic Knights, don't even know the character's name. Don't even know what toy it is.
That you have it in your hand right now. I've never seen this toy in my life. When I was going through your bag of your haul today, that's the one that caught my attention the most because it's just cool.
Yeah, it's a cool little knight. I've got to look up exactly which one it is. But yeah, man, Mystic Knights is a Bandai version of like a Power Ranger type character. So bought that for $5, and then the rest is history. So I went to another booth and I got the Hulk from the 2003 Hulk movie for $8, which I thought was freaking awesome.
It's one of the ones that has some sort of action in his back that doesn't work.
Yeah.
But honestly, like, if it didn't even have that action, it's still just really good.
Oh, it looks amazing. I think if you guys or if you've been
around... I think
around...
when we did the history of the Hulk, we talked about that this line, the figures are better than the movie.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Dude, the marketing for the movie, the toys, the cereal, all of the things that surrounded the movie other than the movie were amazing. And this was going on at the exact same time that the Incredible Hulk Toy Biz line was happening as well. So there's two different lines happening at the same time.
Hulking it up in this time zone.
Yeah, for $8, you've seen this. If you've been in this space for a long time, if you were born and in the 90s and you were raised in the early 2000s, you've seen this Hulk before. Very, very cool pickup for $8. Incredible. The next one that I found was, man, what was it? I don't even know.
You don't have to go in chronological order.
I don't have to. Sometimes that's how my brain works. I try to be a storyteller.
I mean, but you have so much stuff.
I have a lot of stuff. So I'm gonna jump to the punch. I actually think I was empty-handed for a long time after this. I was like, kind of had some stuff here and there.
You weren't empty-handed.
Well, I had what I've described as what I've had so far, and I spent some time with my girlfriend. She was freaking like wheeling and dealing, man. I'll take it, but I'll take it.
I don't feel like I was like separated from you guys for all that long, and by the time I came back to you, you each had 2 bags.
Yeah, that's true. So when I came back around, I ended up digging in where I found the Hulk figure. I saw that they had a loose tub, and I'll dig for a while. This one I dug in. The first thing I found was an Insaniac from Small Soldiers, $6. Beautiful snag. I keep digging. The second thing I found is a loose black symbiote from the Spider-Man Toy Biz Spider-Man Classics line for $12. Completely loose, non-complete, doesn't come with all the stuff, whatever. A little bummed because obviously I want to buy that brand new, but couldn't pass for $12. Same thing for the $2 one. Like, man, I just got 2 Spider-Man figures for $14.
Yeah.
And they're great. So I got those, and then I was like, I was joking around with them. I'm like, you guys have really good stuff that needs to be out on the table. Like, well, we just don't have space. I'm like, you should dig back in there again and like start, because I'm like, this is awesome. And so that was good. I walked away from their table. The first thing I noticed is a Power Ranger on the floor underneath this table, like tucked in, and it's a box of Power Rangers. And I'm like, oh, okay, here we go. I buy a Red Ranger, like one of the 8-inch versions before that, but I see this box of like loose 90s Power Rangers. And the first one that I see is the Red Zeo Ranger, featured in the Seinfeld episode in which George puts a tape recorder in his suitcase and believes that the Susan Ross Foundation is talking crap about him. And he uses the Red Ranger as himself in this like diorama. And Jerry says, "That's you?" And he's like, "Yes." And he's like, "The yellow M&M should be you." He has this figure. So to me, and I had recently watched
that has bonus value.
It has
for you.
bonus value. So when I watched that episode recently, I was like, God, I need to get that figure. And it was the first one that I found.
Toy Destiny, dude.
It was Toy Destiny. So I'm going to count the Power Rangers that I bought today from this lady. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 Power Rangers. They were $5 each. 2 of them came together. They are the Light Speed Rescue, the ones that I talked about when we talked about the McDonald's toys. And just having had one of these, I think the green one and the blue one, I believe, is the ones that I've got from McDonald's. Never saw this version of Power Rangers on TV, but the McDonald's toy was enough for it to just be glued in my brain forever.
Yeah, I think you unlocked on the podcast that you were, when we started the podcast, you didn't know where Power Rangers had come from.
Yes.
You thought that God transmitted it into your brain, and that you didn't know how it got there because you grew up without cable and weren't allowed to watch it, and the TV was lying to you about what time it was coming on.
Exactly.
And then you figured out, you had like a repressed memory, that it's from these.
It's from these, and then there's just other stuff in passing, right? Like there were memories that I had to. I'm Guy Pearce in Memento.
Yeah.
Right, where I'm like having to piece together
just
these
tattooed
things.
on your leg, and you don't know where it came
Exactly,
from.
exactly. So that was awesome. So $25. There were people selling similar Power Rangers for like $25 each, the same exact toys.
Yeah.
So the lady was really nice. She was like, "Please buy more of my stuff." And I'm like, I'll consider it. She had a Power Rangers in space like for $40, but I was like, I want to
in the box. Yeah.
I want to circle back around. And I believe that is it. It's a lot of items. I spent the least amount of money and gained the most amount of items in the history of like doing this podcast and just in general. Like.
And yet you were still itchy.
I was still itchy because I didn't...
Because I think it was more like the ball had started rolling and we didn't want it to stop rolling.
Well, because I had found the Insaniac, I found the Black Suit Spider-Man, just digging in a random little tub that was kind of just like a halfway point under this table. And it made me think like, what? And then the Power Rangers were snuck under this table. The things that I was looking for were like hidden. So I'm thinking to myself, how far do I need to go to find the thing I'm looking for? There wasn't that, oh my God, I'll pay. I'll take it immediately.
Yeah.
Like everything was that, but it wasn't that one thing.
Yeah.
So when we got done, I was like, man, I still feel a little incomplete. And you're like, dude, go do another lap. And by that time it was super busy. And so that's when on the way home, I was like, well, we gotta keep it going.
Yeah.
We gotta keep it going.
So at Retromania, I had like this is like a little bit common for me. I went a long time thinking that I was leaving empty-handed. Like,
crazy.
because I was having a good time. I was like loving looking at the stuff that was there, and there was a lot of video game vendors and stuff like that, which I always like look at.
Yeah.
I'm pretty filled up on video games at the moment, and like I've kind of come to this realization, like, man, I spent a lot of money on games that I just don't have the time to play.
Yeah, they had a lot of comics. They had like some OG technology that Samantha was pretty fired up on.
Yeah. It was just a cool con experience.
Definition of like retro.
Yeah, very retro. Like the people were cool. Like, I mean, the other customers were like not being rude, which it was cool. And I was like kind of settled on that. Like I might walk out of here empty-handed. It just kind of has that feel today. And I hadn't seen the vendors who I go out of my way to try to find, which is like BAM and ATX Toy Exchange, and I was like, all right, let me go figure out where they're at, and they happened to be kind of in the last leg that I hadn't seen yet. And I went into BAM. What's the full name? BAM's Toys and Collectibles.
BAM's Vintage Toys.
BAM's Vintage Toys, which like BAM's a great seller. Tons and tons of stuff.
Really, really good stuff.
Like they could put up a store and it would be a great brick and mortar. Like they always have new stuff. Like great to look at, vintage, like Ghostbusters and He-Man and like all the stuff, man. Like all the stuff. It's always like you're going to spend some time there. Mm-hmm. So when I saw their section, I was like, okay, here we go. I didn't find anything. Like close Hasbro WWFs that are just like a little too beat up, or I already have them. Just stuff that's like, I like looking at this, but I don't collect it, or not today, right? Like, and I was like, all right, cool. And then the next booth I see is ATX Toy Exchange, and I'm like, I had seen his video, and he was in the middle of a transaction. He's always really cool to me. He's always got stuff. He'll always sell stuff at like an appropriate price. Big fan of what ATX Toy Exchange does. Go check him out on Instagram. And he was in the middle of a transaction, but he sees me. He's like, what's up, man? Daps me up. And I was like, hey, did you sell that T2 that I saw on your video? And he goes, no, it's over here. His booth was like 2 booths, and I didn't realize that the second one was him. And he was like, no, it's over here. And he like walked me over to it, and I see the white hot T1000, and I immediately grab it. But basically my, like, you know how your brain filters stuff as you're looking? It filters out everything that is T2 Future Wars. Yeah. So I just like censor that stuff in my like Terminator vision, and I can see the T2 white hot T1000, and right next to it is the Power Arm Terminator, but the bubble's super yellow. And I'm like, dang it, dude. But I grabbed the white hot T1000. He had it for $30, I think, which I was like, yeah, I'll do that right now. Sure. I'm not even going to ask him to bring it down because he's always cool to me. So grabbed that from him, and I was like, all right, like I'm good for the day. I got a T2, dude. Yeah. Which is usually, that's so rare.
They're never there.
They're never there. They're never in good shape. This one's in great shape. That is enough for me to be like, if that's the only thing I find today, then I'm satisfied. Was my attitude. It was not my actions. Yeah. So I keep on going, check out a couple more booths, and then I find this one tucked back in the corner. I don't think this booth had a name, because it was just a dude with like a square. I don't think they're like have like an online presence or something. If they did, I just didn't catch it, so sorry. And they what I can see is like a lot of like NECA and Mafex, like those kind of vibes of like higher end,
like Hot Toys, helmets, masks, like
lightsabers, like
that
kind of
real
stuff.
$250 type,
which is normally stuff I walk past. But the first thing I spot is 3 different Rambo NECA figures that are like 2015. These are the older ones that based on the movies that I have been checking out on eBay a lot recently because I just love Rambo, honestly. And I'm looking at the First Blood where he's in like the tank top, and I'm looking at the First Blood where he's wearing like the tarp, and I'm looking at part 2 where it's like, you know, fatigues and headband and the whole thing, and I'm like, man, like I love these movies and I love these scenes, and they're like, I think 50 or 55, and I'm like kind of hemming and hawing on it because I'm like, I don't really collect this, but it's my guy, and they're so good. and it's kind of adjacent to the NECA Predators, like same time zone kind of energy. Like they kind of go with the Arnolds from that, like a little bit. And then the guy sees me looking at it, and he goes, "Just so you know, we have the SDCC one also." And I go, "Where's that one?" He goes, "It's on the other side." So I walk around the display, and they have the 2015 SDCC exclusive Rambo, which is based on the Forces of Freedom line. And
sick.
the figure that's inside of it is the same figure as the Rambo 2 movie one, but the art of the box is the homage to the Forces of Freedom box art, the Coleco.
Yeah.
So the art is the cartoon Forces of Freedom one. It's the best of all worlds. So it was $60, and I could not buy it. I was physically incapable of not buying it. Don't know what I'm going to do with it. It doesn't even have like a butterfly, like a peg hole.
Oh, crap.
So I'm like, I might have to get a Defender for it and put it on the wall somewhere that way.
Yeah.
But like, couldn't be more fired up about a toy than this. Like the
Very sick.
the art on the back with the Force of Freedom logo, the cross sell with all the other NECA figures, like, oh my god. And then I did a couple more laps, and then on my way out was when I grabbed the meat.
Yeah.
So I walked out of there happy, dude, like happy between Rambo, Terminator, and Rocky, like my three like absolute jams.
That's true.
And we're walking in the car, and I'm thinking to myself, good day. I'm having a good time. This went really well. Kicking it with my friends. This was great. And you were like, I'm still itchy. And I was like, yeah, let's keep going.
Yeah, well, you had said, I was like, because I asked you, I was like, what's your budget today? You're like, to be honest, I didn't really have one. But by the end of it, I was ready to spend $10 million. And
Yeah, my brain just clicked over into a dangerous place.
And I think that's when I was like, what if we went to San Antonio?
Yeah.
And then you were just like, I'm down. Like, as fast as lightning.
Yeah.
So we go from there, drop off, like literally drive like 30 minutes, drop off my girlfriend, then head to San Antonio. We go to Toy Hunters first. And kind of what we talked about before, they just like, we both left empty-handed. Spoiler alert. We left there empty-handed. And they have amazing stuff there. It's
great store to be inside of.
It's anywhere between $10 to like $40 more than what they're typically going for.
I did have the inspiration while I was in there that I want to start a Hulk collection that covers any and all. I want to collect Hulk the way you collect things.
Yes.
I want the freedom to just be like, I like this, I'm buying it. I don't care where it came from. There's no checklist. So
You
store
saw the VHS.
I saw the Incredible Shrinking Hulk episode VHS in there, and I saw the Toy Biz animated show line Hulk in there, both of which were outrageously overpriced, and so I didn't buy them.
Yeah.
But it did give me the inspiration for something I'm pretty stoked on. I think I'm gonna have to sell some stuff to get some, get out of crippling debt and create some space in order to do it. But yeah, so still a positive outcome.
Yeah. There were like a couple things I kind of was telling you while we were there. I was like, I don't really want to leave empty-handed because I like this store a lot, and you never really want to leave a toy store empty-handed. But I kind of thought about, okay, what have I already spent today? Like I said, I had spent the least amount of money and got the most amount of things. And for me, I think I was $64 in for the day. So if I gave myself $100, I had more of a budget, right? And so I was like, let me just not like pity purchase something for no reason. So let me just focus on like, okay, what can I get? Because we know we're going to Ekman's afterwards. So go straight to Ekman's. After that, it's about a 20-minute drive. San Antonio traffic is just like, man, when you pull up Google Maps, every number you see of how the distance or whatever is going to be red. That's just how it's going to be. So I've been to Ekman's. I've shouted them out here. They were like that amazing store I talked about in a couple episodes back about when I went there and they were doing 50% off of Marvel and DC items, which was like unheard of, dude. I'm spending crazy amounts just like getting these awesome things that maybe I would pass because they're full price, whatever. We go in there and take it from there.
Well, I've only heard legend of this place because you had a great experience there, but Samantha didn't. right? Because it's not her.
She was mad that day. I said she was mad at the world. I was like, you're being bad that day. She was mean.
But it's just not really her stuff either, right?
Yeah.
And so, and the way that you described it to me was purely focused through your lens of what you like, which we don't have a lot of crossover. Well, really, we have crossover characters, but not crossover lines or really companies.
Yep.
A lot of times, so I just kind of didn't know what to expect, right? Because like when you lock into your thing, you zero in on that and you forget the rest of the world. And so I was like, maybe there's stuff there, maybe there's not, but I'm down for the ride, right?
Yeah.
When we walk in, I was like, oh yeah, this place is not like big, but it's dense and it's well organized, and there's a lot of stuff like on the walls. I was like, we're going to spend some time here. And so I start like, there's a couple of people in there that are kind of in the sections that I would be interested in. So I'm going through pretty fast, but I'm seeing like, oh, okay. Like it's your usual suspects of like, there's the 90s Toy Biz, there's the McFarlane section, there's the modern Marvel Legends.
Wall of loose figures.
There's the wall of loose stuff. Like, oh, I've never been here, but I know this. Mm-hmm. And so I'm going kind of fast through it. I kind of just want to like see everything. And I'm like pretty impressed at like, oh man, they have tons of these like Marvel masterpieces. Or like, what are the there's two of the like tall ones. What are the, I can't remember the names of them.
The classic cover, I think, is like the masterpiece style.
Yeah, there's like the Mego style ones in the really cool box, and then there's the universe ones.
Yeah,
those like a lot like stacked high.
Yeah,
like cool,
beautiful, really
just
good
cool stuff. And then there's like a back room that has like music stuff and a couple of little like Funko Poppy kind of stuff, but like
Star Wars,
Spawn,
other like Toy Biz, Spider-Man classic type stuff. It's sick.
Yeah, and I'm like, just really impressed of how much is going on in a small space here.
Yeah.
And then we kind of come down the other, it's kind of like, circular. We're coming down the other side of it. And again, I'm kind of making, okay, like, I guess there's not really anything here that I necessarily need, but I did notice on the way in, there was a whole Toy Biz Marvel Legends section. So I presume you're saving that for last and you're going to come back to it and dissect it with a fine tooth comb. So I'm coming down the like cash register side and I spot 4 or 5 NECA Predators, but they're behind the cash register and I don't wear my glasses. So I'm like squinting, trying to figure out if they're ones I need or not. And the dude who works there, is his name Gary?
Gary, yeah.
Gary's like, did you need help with something? And I'm like, I'm just trying to figure it out. Like, I'm just looking. And then we start talking, start chatting. What do I collect? And da-da-da-da-da. And then you start chatting. And now we're hanging out at Ekman. So we're not even shopping at this point. We're just hanging out, which was awesome.
Yeah.
This is the do's. Do this, right? Like, chat with people. Like, this is supposed to be fun, man. It's toys.
Yeah.
It's just toys. And then you're talking and I'm looking, and then I'm talking and you're looking, and then we're just kind of going back and forth like this. And at one point I just had walked past a whole row of mint WWF Hasbro figures, like mint. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. In my head, I'm like, I already have spent money today.
Dude, so I notice it. I see you walk right past it, and I was like, guess they don't have anything he needs.
I just didn't see it.
And then I see you come back, and I hear like almost as if like a mouse got into a bag of potato chips, where it's like, and I just turn around and it's you like mumbling to yourself like, oh my god, like you were like, what in the world? What in the world?
They had them kind of arranged, like it was one row vertical,
Yeah.
and they had them arranged by like lowest price at the bottom and highest price at the top. And these are like, you just don't see these. It's like Skinner and the Barbarian and the Warlord and Macho King and Series 5 Macho Man with like the tassels, and they're all in somewhere between like 7 and 9 condition, like good condition. And a lot of these, like Berserker, you do not find that in good condition. Like Warlord, you do not find that in good condition if you see it at all. And I'm like, I can't believe I'm I'm like spoiled for choice. I'm like, do I get one?
You had like 5 laid out in front of you.
Because I'm trying to decide, do I get one expensive one or do I get 2 or 3 like less expensive ones? Like, is Macho Man more valuable to me simply because it's Macho Man? I'm going to at some point get all of these, but I can't do it today because I already went to a freaking toy convention in a whole other city.
Yeah.
So I'm like, ah, man, like I don't know what to do. So I decided on 2 of them. I don't remember which 2 because it didn't stay like that.
Yeah.
I grabbed 2 and I walk over to the counter and I'm ready to pay for them. And you're in the middle of a conversation, so I just have them in my hand. And we're chatting and we're, I think, complaining about other places. And while I'm talking, I look behind the register again because I had missed this, and I see NECA Predator Jungle Encounter Dutch. Like the Arnold figure from Predator, and out loud I went, and the lady like, what do you need? I made like a noise because I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. Again, I saw that, and then the fact that you weren't looking, I was like, man, this guy's hard to please today.
Yeah, dude, I just blind.
Yeah.
And I was like, can I see that, please? And she grabbed it and she handed it to me, and I kind of investigated the shape of the box and looked up my list because I was like, wait, which Dutch did I buy last time?
Yeah.
I was like, I'm pretty sure it's the mud one.
Yeah, it is.
But I wasn't entirely like positive because the Jungle Encounter name, I was like, that sounds familiar to me. And I was like, no, this is not the same one. And then I was like, all right, I went and put back the Hasbros. I was like, the Hasbro, like, I cannot believe that today's the day that I found mint Hasbros and I have to not buy them. But I found Jungle Encounter Dutch, so I'm buying this Dutch. So I did. I just took it right over to Gary, and he rang me up, and I was like, all right, like, I guess that's what kind of day today is.
Yeah.
And then you're talking to them, and we're just like kicking it for like quite a while in there. And I just wandered back over to those WWF Hasbros, and he even said he got stuck at the Hasbros. And I just was like, you know what? I don't have another toy show coming up anytime soon. We live in a city where there's simply not toys available to buy. My birthday's coming up in August, but like I don't have anything planned necessarily. There's no clear path where I'm like, I'm going to get another opportunity to really like get some of these things that I just don't see. I was about to say it would be the responsible thing to do. It's not, but from purely a person who buys toys perspective, like it sort of needs to be done because I'm not going to see these things. So I did end up grabbing the Warlord and the Macho King, which I'm like so fired up on. I was like, you know what? Today's just that day.
Dude, there was something in the air about why we both decided to say, let's go to San Antonio.
Yeah, and because we've been talking about this whole thing of like you only can create memories in person at the toy store, at the toy convention. Mm-hmm. There's no other way to do it. Not only did I get Dutch, Warlord, and Macho King, I got Dutch, Warlord, and Macho King on the day that we were like, dude, let's just drive all over Texas and I'll remember this day. Like you and I created memories today. So like all this stuff that I got today has now memories attached to it. Not just the thing is going to make me happy, but because I didn't get it online, I got it in the wild, it comes with a story.
Yeah.
So I'm thrilled.
Yeah.
And the experience at Ekman's ruled. They are so nice. They do it the right way. It's laid out perfectly. The amount of stuff, what's pointed at the door is like what's hot right now, which is Predator. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize Predator was like in the zeitgeist. Mm-hmm. Evidently it is.
Yeah.
And the like conversation, we talked to them about like how they kind of do business, buying, selling, that kind of stuff. I'm not going to share that stuff, but we were validated in a lot of our opinions about what other places are not doing and things like that. I had a great experience and a great time there.
It was awesome. I mean, to me, that is what a standard of toy store should feel like. It's you are going in to talk about what you love. And to be honest, like I said, John and I work at a gym. If people come in there and they want to chat, they're cool. They want to chat about fitness and fitness related things. we work there because we're passionate about it, because we love it, because we're knowledgeable about it. We're going to talk to you about it. We're going to have fun with it. We're going to encourage you. That's how it was today. We're talking about the store. I'm wearing a Toy Biz shirt. The guy, they recognize me. I've been in there the last, 2 times already. He has a great memory. Both have great memories. I didn't think they really remembered me too much, but no, they remember it. I made a video for them on Instagram. They even brought that up. And, I'm kind of battling myself because I've got a couple things that I want to get. And the first thing is which, spoiler alert, I did get, which is like a 12-inch, super articulated, just a 12-inch action figure of what would be a 6-inch action figure of the Marvel Legends icons from Toy Biz, which is like the late stage kind of.
If you don't know about Marvel Legends icons,
Yeah.
which I didn't until I think I learned about it while we were doing this podcast. I think I saw them in Boston.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is this?
Mm-hmm.
Look up Marvel Legends icons because I predict them being a hot property at some point when the internet gets a hold of it and goes, did you guys know this exists?
Yeah, exactly. So really super cool. Look it up. It's kind of was like the last ditch effort, 2006, right before, Toy Biz closed the doors and or Marvel went over to Hasbro.
Think of a maximally detailed 12-inch, totally articulated action.
Think about
figure.
Mondo, but this looks better than Mondo, if I'm being honest.
It does look better than Mondo.
And I bought it for $25.
Yeah.
I also was
Captain America. Did you mention that?
Yeah, it's Captain America.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
So sick.
You follow me on Instagram. I'm going to post all of this. It's Life Coach X on Instagram. The other thing I got was a 14-inch Hulk from the movie, again, 2003 movie. It's just a massive Hulk. Not even really. It's a toy. It's not an action figure. It's a toy.
It used to have like a trigger attached to its back.
Yeah,
right?
where I'm assuming it punched because there is elbow joint articulation and ab joint articulation, but it's a huge Hulk toy, and it just is going to go perfect with this other Hulk toy, and it's great decoration. So, but yeah, man, I mean, really great interaction. They're super knowledgeable, super nice, super personable. Highly recommend that store. Probably one of my favorite experiences I've had at a toy store happened today. And just, again, looking at all these items, I was telling John before we started recording, when I dumped everything out, it was what I bought is my perfect collection of stuff. And if I asked ChatGPT, hey, make a photo of a toy box that has everything that is so perfect to me, and it would just take all these.
This is what it would look like.
This is what it would look like. So really excited for everybody else to see. But I mean, as far as dues, I mean, we're talking about it right now. It's just honestly be kind, have great interactions, and that is
price to sell.
Yeah, they literally were when they were talking about the shows
and source new things.
Yeah, they wouldn't really share that information with us, which I don't care. I'm like,
I don't want to know how they're getting their stuff.
Yeah.
I just want them to. I told him, don't tell me how you're doing it.
Yeah,
I'm just glad that you're getting new stuff.
Yeah,
you're sourcing new stuff.
And for those who obviously, if you're in the Texas area and you're plugged into the toys, they do the Ekman's Toy Show several times a year. I think the next one is in August. And we talked to them about Retromania. They were kind of asking details, and they talked to us a little bit about their store and how they kind of navigate the vendor scenarios, and just hearing the way that he described his process when talking to vendors was like exactly what it should be. It's like, hey, dude, lower your prices.
Yeah.
Don't try to make them eBay. Just try to sell them, and more people will buy your stuff. Take all forms of payment. Have fun with it, and it will happen. So outside of that, it's this experience, in my opinion, was this is why I love it. And I was joking around on the way to San Antonio. It was hey, Retromania was for work. This is for pleasure. Right? So yeah.
I guess the biggest takeaway for me anyways is this totally validates this kind of journey that we've been on for a couple weeks now, since we did kind of the Hall of Fame, which led to last episode talking about online versus in the wild, which led to today, where we just dedicated to, hey man, let's let's drive around. Like, I don't know if you guys realize that Texas is freaking enormous.
Yeah.
We drove around most of Texas today, being
like
let's just hit up a bunch of toy opportunities and created memories and got absolute heat out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, yeah, banner day.
And honestly, this is a good way just to be like, take the Saturday. If you have a Saturday, you have friends, you have in your relationship, whatever, take the Saturday, take the risk, just like go out and have the day that, because like honestly, if you go out and seek and you shall find, you know what I'm saying? It's awesome.
Yeah, man. I'm happy. You happy?
I'm freaking over the moon.
Follow us on Instagram at Mighty Champions. We're going to put all the photos up. Follow Christian at
X Life Coach X.
He's going to put up his entire haul. Honestly, his photos are pretty awesome. I don't know how you do it, but like you're an excellent toy photographer. Leave us a review. Get out and hit up your local toy stores and your local toy conventions. Go have a great time. Then tag us in those photos so that we can promote the idea of getting out and buying toys and having fun, right?
Yeah.
Like that's what we're trying to build a community here, and it kind of starts with that, right?
Yeah.
So go buy stuff, tag us in it. All right? Thank you guys for making us a part of your day, and we'll catch you next week.